By now, you probably are aware that Melbourne has been in lockdown for the majority of the year, but just the other day, our Premier came out and said restrictions are starting to ease and we can go out and see people again in limitations, but hey, I really need that serotonin boost. I'm taking anything I can get at the moment. And I was thinking to myself, how am I going to celebrate such a wonderful, momentous victory in Melbourne's history with beating COVID? And I was thinking to myself, oh man, we've had all those anti-lockdown protests. We've had plenty of Karen videos. I'm sure there's something here that I can find. And then I was blessed by the wonderful people at A Current Affair who have released a video of the queen of Karens in Melbourne, the one and only Karen from Brighton. So today I thought I'd hop on, see what she is up to, and see what the wonderful people at A Current Affair have to say about our Queen Karen.
Welcome to Brighton, Melbourne's well-heeled suburb by the bay and the perfect place for a waterside walk.
Right off the bat, this just smells of white privilege.
We've come to walk every street in this suburb, but to do that, we're going to need our activewear.
Oh no. Oh no. This is going to be one hell of a video, guys, so strap in.
As we pay tribute to the woman that made this place famous, the real Karen of Brighton.
I love how one meme has put Brighton on the map. Finally, after all these years of having celebrities live there, they finally have something that they can say that they're proud of.
Karen shot to fame with these words.
Well, you get sick of walking the same streets. I've done all of Brighton.
Since then, she's become a household name and a target for Victoria's Premier Dan Andrews.
Of course she's against Dan Andrews, she's a rich, white privileged person. She's probably had everything handed to her in life and all of a sudden she has to stay inside so she doesn't die. Damn right there's going to be riots in the streets.
Broadmeadows or Brighton, stay at home means stay at home. And if walking your local streets is boring, well, being bored is much better than being in intensive care.
You got to admit, whatever your political stance is in Australia, you have to admit that is the best callback any politician has given anyone.
Embracing the Karen persona on social media.
Who wants to have a beer with Kazza?
Oh, God. Oh. Guys, this really is the beginning of showing you how out of touch white privileged people are in Australia. I get she's trying to do the whole Aussie bogan thing, but she's literally just sounding like Patty and Selma off The Simpsons.
A few weeks ago, Karen announced she was packing up and heading to Queensland.
On a side note of that, I don't know if you guys have been seeing it on social media, but there've been lots of people bailing from Melbourne to go to other states so they can have more freedom, and I can understand that from a variety of reasons. But I just love how Melbourne people, they're kind of like New Yorkers in a way. It's all the comments are like, good, fuck off, we don't want you here. There's definitely a stigma in Melbourne where you are in it for the long run. If you move here, you're gonna ride or die Melbourne regardless of a pandemic. So it's just hilarious seeing all these influencers and other random people just leaving for various reasons and just getting absolutely smashed on social media by it. Something else that I've been noticing a lot is a lot of people from Brighton and just rich suburbs in general have been complaining about the lockdown, and I'm not taking credit for this joke whatsoever, but I've been seeing a joke a lot of these people saying, yeah, your 5-kilometer radius is probably within your property and that's why you're so sour. But it's true, it's insane. These people live in these multi-million-dollar mansions. They've got plenty of freedom. They've got tennis courts and swimming pools. They've got plenty of activities to keep themselves busy during this pandemic, yet they still have something to complain about, where the majority of us are living in pretty average areas where we don't have as much freedom to move around in.
I'm up in Darwin making lots of brand new friends. Say hi, girls!
You just know that these girls are just in it for the clout. They're micro influencers and they're like, that's Karen from Brighton. We can get in on her stories and get some new followers.
So Jodie or Karen might be in Darwin quarantining.
Yo, creep my man's in the back here, just with his like latte and like the jumper over his like pink polo shirt. That is literally the definition of Brighton. That dude in the pink jumper is really trying to get that 5 seconds of fame. You know, he's just kind of creeping in the background, being like, yeah, I'm gonna be on Current Affair tonight.
And when we went walking the streets of Brighton,
Oh man, god damn. The way that dude walked is literally like the definition of just the older generation trying to think that this is what young people want to do to fit in. I actually mentioned it on my podcast, Matesrates podcast. If you haven't listened to it, link in bio. But I was talking about the editing on the block and how they must have fired everyone under the age of 30 in their post-production team and just kind of been like, oh, this is what kids like, and just putting in dumb memes. This is literally what it reminds me of.
Karen's fame has attracted the attention of agent to the stars, Max Markson.
Look at the pictures on the wall. That's a joke in itself. I don't even need to write that, so carry on.
Markson says he could make Karen an even bigger celebrity.
Well, I think Karen could put a record out and then she could do a virtual national tour at the moment, but later on she could do actual live appearances.
Oh no. See, this is what like the older generation that are completely out of touch thinks what happens when you get like a tiny touch of fame. It's not like that. You're not like that dude that's longboarding, drinking the cranberry juice. You're not gonna get those deals, Karen. Just take a fucking seat. It's crazy that these boomers are just trying to get like a whiff of fame from like this one little thing and just gonna try and milk it for everything they've got. Just go back to whiffing your cocaine on the weekends and just leave the internet stuff to the experts, okay?
Well, I've walked all the streets of Brighton, and while Karen might be on her way to Noosa...
On your way to where, my dude? Noosa? It's Noosa. Say it right. This guy has literally spent probably half a day in Brighton. And this is what Brighton does to people. It changes their persona and they just become the asshole of society. I love that this is like boomers' way of getting clout. It's like, oh, you've got a few thousand followers online. Great. You're going to get a record deal. You're going to do a virtual tour. That's all you're going to do because we don't have any other ideas other than this structure that has been in place since the dawn of time. All right, honestly, I think we have had enough Karen from Brighton content for the day. Again, thank you to Current Affair for blessing us with such a beautiful piece of content for us to review. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, let's hope this is the end of Karen's. It won't be.